What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about plasma cutters. Should you spend your hard-earned cash on something like this or just stick with the classic cutoff wheel or whatever else you got going on? So stick around. Now for years I've always just used the old cutoff wheel, Sawzall, and all kinds of different selections of tools. We got our air cutoff wheels, our little guys. We got our little reciprocating saws here. You know, I just use any kind of tool that I had at my disposal in order to get the cuts that I needed. With the plasma cutter, that kind of really helps and gives me a more diverse way to make cuts, do curves, and things like that. But over the years, like a lot of you, you become an artiste with the cutoff wheel. You get actually pretty good at it. I am very comfortable with a cutoff wheel. Now, this particular plasma cutter is the Thermodynamics ESAB Cutmaster 40. This thing came out a little over 2 years ago, and as a promotion, they did a contest on Instagram in order to give one away, and they chose my video as the winner of the contest. So I did not pay for this, but there was no expectation. It wasn't sponsored. No expectations to make a video or do anything with it. I just won it on an Instagram contest. When I did get it for the first time, I made a few super short videos. So let's go back to a much younger, much more handsome version of myself where I show you what this comes with. I'm gonna quickly show you what's in the box in this ESAB Cutmaster 40. So the first thing, you notice you get a G30 helmet. You can change the shades on it, which is super cool. This is 110 and 240, 220, whatever you want to call it. So it has an adapter, comes with a quick start guide, and your operating manual with your more in-depth. It comes with its cool carrying case with spare consumables, electrodes, nozzles, gouging nozzle, things like that, so you can do different types of things. My overall impression of this thing is it's very light, so light, it's crazy. Torch comes ready to go with a tip already in it, and the ground wire itself seems to be really well made. Got my air hooked up to the correct PSI, turned it on, everything checks out good, green light on everything. Never done this before, ever. Never used a plasma torch ever before. So I cleaned up this little piece of 1/4 inch. It's pretty rusty, so let's see what happens. So the machine and the helmet worked amazing. You can see it's really jagged, and that's me, just flying all over the place. Well, there we go. Plug it in, hook your air up, and it cuts. Rusty, 1/4 inch, not rusty. And the only limitation now is me practicing and getting better at it. So I have been using this quite a lot for over 2 years now, and I've built bumpers with it, I've built trusses with it, I've cut brackets off of my frame with it, I've done a lot of fabrication with it, and it really does come in handy, and it's much quicker than the cutoff wheel when you're cutting thicker material like 1/4 inch. You're gonna sit there for a while with that grinder and you're gonna make a mess kind of sprayed all over your garage. So this still makes a mess, don't get me wrong, and there is a little bit more cleanup as far as the slag and stuff like that and cleaning up the edges, but this makes a mess right below where you're blowing the air down. So it's a little bit less messy, it's cleaner cut, and it's much faster, and you can do curves. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about this machine. It is absolutely phenomenal. It works great every time. It's super light. It fits down in the cart underneath my Harbor Freight welder. The only issue that I have with this is that it's over $1,600. I think it's $1,699. So ultimately, would I purchase this particular machine with my own money, saying that it is amazing, it works great, I have no issues with it 2 years? I don't think I would buy it because it's so expensive. This is 40 bucks and cutoff wheels are, you know, a buck a piece or less. Maybe they might be $2 a piece now, depending on which ones you get. And I can do pretty much everything I need to do with a grinder and a cutoff wheel and hole saws and stuff like that. Yeah, it will take a little bit longer to do and not be quite as clean, but I can't justify spending over $1,600 on this type of fabrication equipment. So I would much rather spend my money on something like a tube bender. So that is a tool that there's really no replacement for it. I do have the Harbor Freight pipe bender, but it's not made for bending tube. So if I was going to spend over $1,000 on something, it would be probably a tube bender, because that's what I would use the most, and there's really no replacement for it like a cutoff wheel. There are other options. I know that like Yes Welder, Eastwood, Harbor Freight, and there are some sellers on Amazon that have decent, fairly cheaply priced plasma cutters that would be more in my price range, around the $500. Some of them are less. Anything really over $500-600, I probably would just use, you know, the cutoff wheel, hole saws, you know, the whole thing, just like I've always done for forever. But if you guys have lots of money and really like nice things, this is the machine for you guys right here. This is amazing. It's great. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit and was able to see this machine. I am still waiting and trying to figure out tires for the Montero. I have the lift kit, I have the wheels, I have everything I need to do it except for tires. I'm struggling with tires right now. So as this comes out right now, I am installing the lift kit on the Montero. I'm starting on the project with no tires. Hopefully I can get that figured out in the next week or two, and hopefully we'll get those videos out soon. And if you want to follow me on social media, I am at MuddyBeards4x4. We got a website, shirts, stickers, stuff like that. Click the link down in the description. If you guys are looking to do some sort of fabrication project or build suspension, bolt-on stuff, make sure you check out Barnes 4-Wheel Drive. You get 10% off using our discount code, or click the link in the description. Automatically gives you that 10% off. We got a lot of wheeling trips planned. Montero, overlanding stuff with Nate from Dirt Lifestyle and Edward Shin. I got wheeling trips with the Jeep, doing some hardcore rock crawling coming up. So it's going to be a really busy summer. I got a lot of videos to make and a lot of cool things coming up. So make sure you subscribe, like the video, leave me some comments. Let me know if you guys have any success with the Yes Welder plasma cutter, the Amazon plasma cutter, whatever cheap plasma cutter you prefer and you have had good success with. Let me know down in the comments. I want to know because, you know, everyone else wants to know too. So until next time, guys, we'll see you on the trail.